on Hollywood's 10 Best.
How long have you been married?
Steamy situations.
It's wonderful.
Crazy risks.
Did you get the gun?
Yeah.
And stars who can't keep their hands to themselves.
She told you about that?
Hollywood's 10 Best Forbidden Passions starts now.
Okay.
Well, you can go out with me.
No!
No? Damn, my hand's slipping.
Okay, fine. I'll go out with you.
No, don't do me any favors.
No, I want to.
Say it again.
I want to go out with you!
All right, we'll go out.
We kick off our list with one of the hottest couples in movie history, Ryan Gosling and Rachel McAdams in The Notebook.
I think there's always a little room for a good love story. Now, don't I get any say in this?
You want to say in this?
That was my wife's grandparents. Met when they were kids. Her mom didn't want them to be together. Goes off to the war. She gets engaged, comes back on the verge of her wedding, realizes she still loves him.
She is out fooling around with that boy till 2 o'clock in the morning, and it has got to stop.
So they actually had a really tough time casting because they needed a woman that was both innocent but sexy. They looked at all kinds of romantic leads. They looked at Reese Witherspoon, they looked at Jessica Biel, they even looked at Britney Spears, if you can believe it.
I can believe it, because Britney was pretty hot at this time.
This was pre-meltdown Britney.
This was full head of hair Britney.
Once Rachel McAdams read for the role, it didn't matter, because it was over. It's a lock.
The director, Nick Cassavetes, had to fight hard to get Gosling in this movie, and get this, it's because the producers didn't think he was cute enough.
Wrong.
It wasn't over. It still isn't over.
Let's talk about the love scenes in that movie. I mean, that kiss, come on. I'm gonna embarrass myself, but I totally rewound it like 10 times. It is the hottest.
It's kind of embarrassing. Being all naked.
He was a real gentleman. I mean, just a lot of respect, and we had a lot of communication, and I always felt very, very safe and comfortable.
Rachel, was more comfortable than I was. I always had my blanket up. She was like walking around nude, like she didn't care. She was totally free about it. I was a little bit more shy.
I watched The Notebook by myself on Valentine's Day more times than I'd like to admit.
Well, hold on, you weren't by yourself. I was there too.
Yeah, but I wasn't gonna mention that part, because that
Why?
makes it more embarrassing.
We're brothers. We were just, we didn't have dates.
Yeah, but brothers don't watch.
On Valentine's Day, they do.
They don't do that.
It's good to just connect to something pure like that, something that everyone understands, everyone can relate to, everyone has hopefully had or wants or needs. And it kind of brings people together.
Do you want to dance with me?
Sure.
At number 9, the love story that Hollywood turned its back on, Dirty Dancing. Jennifer Grey fights her parents and falls for a bad boy played by Patrick Swayze. The movie became an instant romantic classic.
I'm real proud that it had the kind of effect on people that it had because, it could have been a very corny, surface kind of movie.
Where'd you learn to be a dancer?
When there's a dance going on between a man and a woman, it's a love scene.
These days, you can't picture anyone but Patrick Swayze in this role. But at the time, he was an unlikely choice. Patrick used to be a football player, but he blew out his knee and then turned to dancing and acting. So he was more of the action hero type guy, not really a romantic lead.
I needed to keep my dancing quiet for as long as I could in order to have a hope of establishing myself as an actor first. So I did North and South and The Outsiders and Red Dawn and all these other movies to get some kind of credibility as an actor, and then did Dirty Dancing.
On screen, Patrick and Jennifer had amazing chemistry, but off screen, they hated each other. Patrick was totally choked that Jennifer kept blowing takes, and the director eventually had to take them aside, sit them down, and make them watch their screen test again to remind them why they even got cast in the first place.
I just want to be the best actor I can and keep putting every inch of my soul and my guts into my work and see how much I can grow as an actor.
Producers were so sure they had a bomb on their hands, they didn't even want to release it. They could not have been more wrong. Dirty Dancing took home a Grammy, an Oscar, and $200 million.
All you can do is laugh at it. It's like one of those freaks that you dream about in your life, but you never expect to happen.
Up next, who's talking dirty to Diane Lane?
I would just yell back. And it was funny for him. He's not used to that.
This is Hollywood's 10 Best Forbidden Passions. At number 8, Diane Lane can't control herself in Unfaithful.
Here I am again.
Diane is happily married to Richard Gere, who's a total silver fox, but she still steps out with a younger man. Olivier Martinez is known as the French Brad Pitt. So can you blame her?
Before you go, take your book.
Be happy for this moment.
This moment
is
your life.
People do crave excitement.
It's not about sex. I mean, it's about betray. How do I look?
Very handsome.
Originally, the script had the couple in a very dysfunctional sexual relationship, but star Richard Gere and director Adrian Lyne decided it was a bit too cliche.
If it had been a lousy marriage, if the sex hadn't been working or whatever, well, of course she should have an affair.
Long-term relationships require a lot of soul-searching to stay current.
And the fact is that adultery or infidelity is kind of arbitrary. It just happens. Two people can get blown together, and Bob's your uncle. It happens.
You know, we could end this now and no one would get hurt.
This is one of those hard R movies about an affair, and there is a lot of sex on the screen. We're talking in a bed, in a bathroom, even in a hallway.
Me, in life, I'm very shy, and I'm not used to playing a lot of love scenes in my career before.
The love scenes were just as crazy on set. Diane should have had a stunt double because she nearly broke her neck filming them. And the director, Adrian Lyne, was loving it, yelling out instructions while they were making out.
Action! I always make a lot of racket, but I'm a little bit like a cheerleader, you know, because I always think it must be nightmarish for actors to be sort of going at it, you know, sexually in total silence and not knowing whether they're doing good, you know.
And I would just yell back, and it was funny for him. He's not used to that.
At number 7, a story that introduced soccer moms to the forbidden world of bondage. 50 Shades of Grey burned up the bestsellers list and sold 100 million copies.
There are so many people who really, really love this book. And there's so many bits that, you know, they worship, so we had to get those in, but we also wanted to make it different and make it a real film.
It's about this innocent girl named Anastasia Steele who happens to be a virgin, and this millionaire Christian Grey who's got a very singular taste.
Dakota Johnson wanted the part bad. Like Anastasia wanted Christian Grey's rock-hard, muscular body all over her. But just like Christian Grey, the studio punished her, and they looked at 100 other actresses.
Charlie Hunnam was originally cast as Christian Grey in the movie, but he had to pull out because of his commitment to his TV series Sons of Anarchy. That's when they got actor and Calvin Klein model Jamie Dornan to take the part.
I do think, honestly, it's a love story, and people talk about the sex, and look, sex is a massive part about it, and it's an erotic series of novels, and it's an erotic film, but it's still got a love story.
According to Dakota, the hardest scenes in the movie to film were the love scenes, not surprisingly, because they were so hot. But I don't mean like sexy, I mean like sweaty and totally uncomfortable.
Dakota said it's hard enough to be naked, blindfolded, and tied to a bed, but when they call cut, you're still naked, blindfolded, and tied to a bed.
You see her turn into a woman and explore her emotions and her sexuality, and it's a beautiful story and something unique and different.
You're not anybody in America unless you're on TV.
At number 6, Nicole Kidman is a sexy weather girl who will do anything to make it big, even seduce a young Joaquin Phoenix, and get him to kill her husband. This movie is to die for.
Suzanne, did you get those kids to kill your husband?
It was like I evolved this sort of character through watching television and you know, weather girls, regional weather girls, and it was just something that I just knew how to play. Did you get the gun?
Yeah.
Suzanne's downfall is that she operates on a completely different moral code to everybody else.
Her values are so screwed up, you know. Everything's about being famous and being on television.
Originally, they wanted Meg Ryan for the role. They even offered her $5 million, but she turned it down. Hell, I would have done it for $5 million. I would have done it for free.
Next, they took a look at Nicole Kidman, who told director Gus Van Sant that she was destined to play the role.
Ironically, in the book, the character Suzanne wants to be played by the woman who was married to Tom Cruise, which at the time was Nicole Kidman.
It's one of those characters that as an actress, you know, you long to play because she's wild and weird and bizarre and funny and all those things that you usually don't get a chance to explore. I don't think I need to tell you that today was a hot one.
Up next, how did two straight guys rehearse their gay love scenes for Brokeback Mountain?
We kind of just held our breath and dove in and then jumped out as fast as we could.
This is Hollywood's 10 Best Forbidden Passions. At number 5, Kate Winslet is the seductive older woman in The Reader.
See something in that. Kate Winslet plays a crazy lady who's a German transit driver. She seduces a younger man. He's 15, played by David Cross. They make a deal where they make love, and then he reads to her.
You can read it.
I'd rather listen to you. I think it's kind of creepy.
People love the idea of an older woman seducing a young guy, but let's just reverse the roles real quick. If it was like an old bus driver sleeping with a 14-year-old girl, there's no way that this movie would be critically acclaimed.
There's no way this movie would get made.
David Cross got the part when he was 15, but they delayed shooting until he was 17. But to shoot the love scenes, they had to wait until he was 18, because if they didn't, it would be illegal.
Kate was really nervous when it came to the love scenes, but she realized she probably wasn't nearly as nervous as David Cross was. So she decided she was gonna take control of these love scenes, even though her character was totally vulnerable and she was totally naked.
The hope is definitely to, make a moving and thought-provoking film and to create something that would touch people.
Even with all the controversy over the racy love scenes, critics raved about the movie. Kate was so good, she won an Oscar for Best Actress.
I have been incredibly lucky in my life to have worked with some fantastic actors and directors who have played such a big part in me being nominated for anything at all.
It's wonderful.
At number 4, a movie that broke new ground in Hollywood by telling the story of the forbidden love between two cowboys in the 1960s. It's Brokeback Mountain.
We're around each other and this thing grabs hold of us again and we're dead.
It was a story that hasn't been made, and I think in this day and age, particularly with stories concerning love, we're just recycling stories today, and it's a little stale.
Based on an acclaimed book, the script for Brokeback spent 6 years making the rounds in Hollywood. It was a good story, but nobody wanted to touch it.
It was supposed to be directed by Gus Van Sant and star Matt Damon and Joaquin Phoenix, but when Ang Lee signed on to direct, he cast Heath Ledger and Jake Gyllenhaal.
Well, I guess I'll see you around, huh?
As soon as I met Heath and Jake, I knew that they were absolutely the perfect people to play these characters, bring them to life.
Okay, on 3. Heath or Jake?
Okay.
1, 2, 3, Jake.
What are you, out of your mind? Have you seen Brokeback? Heath is a terrible boyfriend.
When Heath and Jake started practicing the kissing scenes, they were a little bit tender, a little bit careful.
It was a really technical, choreographed thing, and it was written. They're literally paragraphs of, writing about how what they do and how they felt about it in the script.
If for a second the two of us snapped out and realized it was Heath and Jake, we'd probably, have an anxiety attack and head home.
Director Ang Lee suggested they, take it up a few notches. And then they took it up a few too many notches, and Heath almost broke Jake's nose.
We didn't even really want to rehearse it because it's even that was uncomfortable, because rehearsing it, it's like Heath and Jake, kind of in these uncompromising positions.
We just sort of had to read the script and then, hold our breaths and jump in.
You gonna do this again next summer?
Well, maybe not. You?
Might go up to my daddy's place and give him a hand through the winter.
People go into it thinking, oh, I'm gonna go through the gay cowboy film, And then at the end of it, people can barely talk because they've been so moved.
People loved this movie. It was a little $14 million picture and it grossed $178 million. The Academy loved it too. Ang Lee won for Best Director, and Jake Gyllenhaal, Michelle Williams, and Heath Ledger all got acting nominations.
I saw it as such a wonderful opportunity to tell a story of such grand love, such pure love that hadn't been told.
Coming in at number 3, Twilight brings vampire movies back from the dead.
Twilight is about Bella Swan, a high school girl who falls in love with a handsome vampire. And he fancies her too, but he doesn't know if his desire for her will overpower his desire for her.
Originally, Kristen Stewart didn't want to play Bella. She was working on another movie and didn't even read the script. But the director, Catherine Hardwicke, practically forced her to take the part.
I play a really innocent, sort of like wide-eyed, like, you know, kid who needs to be like really responsive and impulsive.
For the casting of Edward, it was a whole other story. They looked at like 3,000 actors.
Sounds like Bella. Make up your mind, woman.
That's the one thing I'm still kind of is questionable about the whole Twilight story. I'm so curious who these 3,000 people were, because I only know 4 people auditioned for it.
Catherine Hardwicke brought Robert Pattinson in for a screen test with Kristen Stewart in her bedroom. Gave him like 3 lines of dialogue and an epic makeout session, and according to Hardwicke, the chemistry was insane.
It's that kind of a love story, like these two people that should not be together, but are so powerfully attracted to each other that they cannot not be together.
The only thing more passionate than Edward and Bella are fans of the Twilight series. They went crazy for the movie online, and when the cast went to Comic-Con in San Diego in 2008, they went mental.
There's 7,000 girls just screaming for 45 minutes, just straight through the whole press conference. People were just screaming.
Mostly, they don't know what to say. They're just like, you know, we love you.
Well, okay, this is what Twilight is.
Up next, what's the secret to a scorching love scene?
We talk with the director and say, you know what we're missing? We're missing the moment of penetration.
This is Hollywood's 10 Best Forbidden Passions. There's just 2 movies left on our list, and this is the one that made every married guy want to keep it in his pants. Fatal Attraction.
I'm scared, Jimmy. I don't want to lose my family.
Fatal Attraction is the ultimate 1980s water cooler movie. Michael Douglas plays a New York lawyer who has a weekend fling with a woman named Alex, played by Glenn Close. He thinks it's just a hookup, but then she starts to stalk him and his family, and it gets messy.
Glenn Close wanted to make sure that her character was legit, so she took the script to 2 different psychiatrists who said, oh yeah, bitches can be that cray.
She's a person who's basically out of control. So she's manipulative, but she's not, she doesn't think ahead, I think. You know, she's unbalanced in that way.
We've all known a character like Glenn Close, you know, somebody who you can talk to and you just suddenly realize that nothing is getting through, that whatever you say, it'll have absolutely no effect.
That makes her a very tragic character. And I think the relationship that she has with Michael's character was, yes, it was just one too many. And then she was, all the elements added up to just tip her over the edge.
This is an Adrian Lyne movie, so the sex is acrobatic, not just in the bed, but also on the sink. And there's a love scene in an elevator, so to prepare for it, Glenn Close asked for a pitcher of margaritas, and she ended up drinking half of it.
But it's a funny combination because, you know, one minute you're all professional, next minute you're jumping in, and then you finish a take and you say, well, how was it? And you talk to the director and say, you know what we're missing? We're missing the moment of penetration. Say, you're right.
It's scary, the build-up, but in the end we did it in probably 3/4 of an hour.
Yeah, I can think of worse things than having to pretend making love to Glenn Close. Wasn't a bad job.
Before we get to the top of the list, let's rewind for a sec. At number 10, Ryan and Rachel share the love of a lifetime in The Notebook. In at number 9, a movie nobody puts in the corner, Dirty Dancing. Number 8, Unfaithful. Fooling around has never been hotter. 50 Shades of Grey ties up our number 7 spot. Nicole Kidman is to die for at number 6. Kate Winslet can't keep her clothes on in The Reader at number 5. Jake can't quit Heath on Brokeback Mountain at number 4. At number 3, talk about bloodlust, it's Twilight. And at number 2, Fatal Attraction is a killer one-night stand. And that brings us to number 1.
We wooed, made exchange of vow.
Should a story that's 400 years old really be at the top of the list? When you've got Leo DiCaprio and Claire Danes playing Romeo and Juliet, the answer is oh yeah.
I
My only love sprung from my only hate. See thee, they will murder thee. Let them find me here.
Director Baz Luhrmann wanted to update Romeo and Juliet, so he set it present day, loaded up the soundtrack with some alt-rock hits, and then got Prada to consult on the costumes. It's pretty much the hippest version of this play you will ever see.
I wanted to do Shakespeare in the way in which Shakespeare would probably do a movie. I mean, if he made a movie, he would make a movie.
Gentle Romeo, if thou dost love, pronounce it faithfully.
Claire Danes beat out Natalie Portman and Alicia Silverstone for the role of Juliet, and both Baz Luhrmann and Leonardo DiCaprio, who plays Romeo, said she's the only actress that had the confidence to play the part because she's the only one that looked Leo in the eye in the audition.
It was kind of great to live in somebody who was so confident and so self-assured. Not that she didn't have any problems, they were just more external than mine are.
Did my heart love till now? Forswear its sight. For I never saw true beauty till this night.
I love the scene where Romeo and Juliet are looking at each other through the fish tank, and she's got the angel wings.
Now, John Leguizamo, who plays Tybalt in the movie, was pretty sure the two of them had a thing for each other, and you can totally tell in the fish tank scene.
It was really thrilling to be able to go to such extremes in your feelings. It's a real rush. It was very exciting, and the quality of the writing is obviously so amazing that I could go as far as I wanted with it.